Hello, welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's well and I hope everybody's had a good Christmas and New Year. If you do indeed celebrate Christmas, if you've had a good Yule, if you celebrate Yule, and if you don't celebrate anything, then I just hope you've had a nice December. I had a busy one. I'm sort of glad it's done, but I am raring to go for Christmas 2025. I tell you, the key to not being stressed in December is to forward plan. So that is indeed what I'm going to be doing throughout this year. She says in January. Let's see if I'm still saying it in June. Been to charity shops. I weren't going to go. Christmas Day, my mum said, what are we shopping for now? I'm having a month off. But maybe by the 28th of December, I was saying, do you fancy going and having a mooch around charity shops? And I'm glad I did, because I found some right good stuff. And it's all old. Makes my heart sing finding decent vintage stuff. And I can confidently use the word vintage with what I've got to show you today. If you like pottery, and glassware, you're in for a little bit of a treat, I think. It's all nice and plain and simple, and it can fit to any decor really, I think. It's just the good old solid stuff. I'm going to show you straight away what I've got, because we're not going to mess about today. I have been looking for a pot for wooden utensils that I haven't got yet. I haven't got my wooden utensils yet, but I've been looking for a pot. I'm going to buy my wooden utensils new probably, so I want some cherry wood ones. But I've been looking for one of these for maybe about 5 months. I found this, and the fact that it has, let me find the stamp. God, can you imagine if I drop it? See whether you can see that stamp. You can, it's there, look. 1900s, early 1900s, like 1900 something. It's salt glazed or something like that. I did do a little bit of research, but because I'm perimenopausal, all the details have fallen out of my head. But it was by a potterer in Tamworth in Staffordshire, and the pottery company, they made loads of stuff. They started in maybe the mid 1800s, and then they went through to, I don't think they are working now, but they were at least 100-year-old company. Yeah, what is the mark? Let me show you. It is SKEY number 1. That is the stamp on it. If you know anything about it, you let me know. And I paid £4.50 for it. I need to get a good wash, but I'm loving it. Now, at the same time, there were 2 other pots, but I left them because I just wanted this pot. But then when I researched it, I thought, I can't leave a mint shop. So I asked Daz to go back, but I don't know whether they're the same person or whether they are newer. I really don't know. I get a different vibe when I hold the 2 smaller ones than I do if I hold the bigger one. Now, obviously they were hand painted, so it's not like they were done in different shops. They look similar, don't they? This hasn't got a stamp on it, but apparently from that era, it wasn't unusual for people to not stamp things. So anyway, I got this one, which is the matching one, £3.50. So it matches that same design and everything. And then there's another one that is just not, it's got a wider neck. And that were £2.50. But for a tenner, just over a tenner, I've got a full set. And I'm going to just dot these around. I might use them as vases. Obviously, this one is going for my utensils. I don't know, but I just couldn't think about separating them once I knew a little bit more about the history. So I got those 3. And then while Darren were back at the charity shop picking me the smaller ones up, he picked this casserole dish up, which I didn't see, and I'm not sure that I'd buy because I've got quite a few casserole dishes, but it were £2.50. It's a nice size, got a lid, and that is the stamp on the bottom. Can you see that? I think you can, can't you? I can't find anything on that. I mean, that is just F6 2/3. 2, 3, does that mean it's 2/3 of a big size? I don't know. I don't know much. I just know that I love the old crockery and the old pottery and the old glassware. So that were a good find. Now moving on to my last item of vintage pottery. This is Denby, but it's before Denby was actually the company that it is now. Again, you can tell I've googled it, but the stamp says Born Denby on it. And this, again, by the looks of the internet, is from the early 1900s. It doesn't look as old as what I would think a cup from the 1900s would look, but that is my brain, not the fact that this is a new cup, because it definitely isn't. But I think that when you think back to that date, you think it were maybe 300 years ago or something, don't you? You don't realise that it actually was only 125 years ago. So it's lovely, isn't it? It was the only one I paid £1 for it. There were no more, but I will keep my eye out for other ones. So I do like cups like this. It's perfect condition. Even if it were done in 1905, 120 years old. That 120 years old, and it's survived. It survived 2 world wars and heartache, and I just love it. Moving on to something a little bit more modern, but it was a bargain nonetheless. It's a teapot, and it's got the diffuser in it already, and it's from a company called Scandiliving. Now I researched it, and they're about £35 new on the website. I paid £1.50 for this, but I reckon it was bought in TK Maxx, because I checked out one of my plates, and one of my plates I bought from TK Maxx last year were from Scandiliving. I'll show it you because it's right. I got 2 of them purposefully to put hummus in, you know, because they've got like a rim. And I thought to put hummus in for people to dip in, perfect plates. And these are the Scandiliving. I think these were £5. So I reckon, I've definitely seen these teapots in TK Maxx, but I reckon it's from TK Maxx, from the Scandiliving place. But still a bargain at £1.50, because I will use it a lot for my tea. It's just easier. I've got all the sort of the tea basket things, the diffusers, but just to put it in there and then pour it out. Easy, isn't it? Okay, let's break it up. I'll just show you a couple of board games and then we'll move on to glasses. I've had some good finds, Anna. Nice little retro. I can't say vintage because it's not vintage. People use that word so easily now, don't they? Classing vintage as 1990s. It's not. It's a bit retro, but it's definitely not vintage. Anyway, retro upwards. Travel. I've got the full size upwards. I used to play it when I was little and I love it. Love this game. And then my other favourite game, found somebody must have just donated them both, and I went in and they were there waiting for me. That was £1, £2, and they show you inside it. People, it amazes me how people look after the stuff so much, but they do. It even smells old. I know, I might trigger you, but I love the old smell of the board games. But look at this. It's just all there in its bag. Needs a wash. And with its little stands. I love it. So I'm going to enjoy playing that. I'm gonna go, I know it'll have all been checked. It's a right good charity shop. Printed in England. And then, I don't know what this is. I mean, this is taped up. No, it isn't. So yeah, so this one, if you've never seen the travel one, again, you've got your little board, and then your, don't know how to do it. Look at that, it's got your bag with all your little letters in, and then it's got 4 of these, 2 are in the box. Just sat there, perfect. I love the retro, not the vintage, the retro games. Right, so I'm happy about that. Let's move on. Wait until you see these. Now, I genuinely genuinely love the glassware that I've found. I've got 2 of these. I don't know whether this has got the label on. Tea light holders. When I was decorating for, I'd got some people coming around for dinner. I wanted some tea lights on the tables, and I've not got any tea light holders, so that was in my head. I've got a long list of things that I'm looking for this year. Tea light holders were in my head, but this is Maltese glass, and online they are going for €32.50, and I paid £1.50 each. They're stunning. They are beautiful. That's my other one. I'm not going to unwrap it because... Now, originally, I did think I might get them for my mum for a birthday, but I showed them her. And then she was saying how nice they were. She loves this colour. So, I'm unsure. I like them. It's not my particular colour. So, I might keep them and gift them her for a birthday. But I'm not sure yet. Anyway, whatever I do with them, it's just a stunning item. It is really nice. Anyway, so I've got 2 of those, £3 for the pair. And then today, I just nipped up to one of those local charity shop areas. Bought some other bits, but I'll show you those another day because they aren't vintage. I don't know whether this is... It's not vintage. It's a solid glass. But it says, I ain't Googled this yet actually, because it says Thailand. So obviously it's not vintage as in British vintage. And it says Ocean Thailand. So I've got to Google it. This isn't vintage, all right. This is whenever it were made. But I just like the glass, it was 50p. So it's gone in my cupboard. These are, and I don't know what year they're from. Because I've not overly researched them yet. I just had a quick browse. I bought 2. They're Christmas glasses. Now, I think I would have bought them anyway, but on the bottom of the glass, I saw the word France. And if I see any glassware made in France, I do tend to get it because it's usually really good quality. And this is Duralex. So I thought, there were 3 and I got 2. But then when I went outside, I saw that there were a set of 4 online for £48. So I went back and got the 3rd one. So we've got 2, 3. Don't know what era. They could be 70s. You know, it's not like back in the day. It's not like 1900s like the pots are, but they still are quite old. And they were £1 each. And they're lovely for next Christmas. We've got bells on, and baubles, and holly. It's not Christmas anymore, is it? But I can just imagine myself next Christmas having a hot chocolate or something in this. They're very pretty, very nice, and I'm glad that I found them. So yeah, as I say, I got 3 of those. And that's it for me actual vintage haul. Let me see if I can find my phone, and then we'll just have a read up on those glasses in case you're interested. What did I do with it? I've got this as well. It turns out, in true fashion in this household, I cannot find my phone. And I only had it a minute ago. I don't know where it's gone. But I did find this that I also got for £2. So I don't know what originally it was made for. It does smell quite old inside. But sometimes you can't tell with these boxes, can you? It has no stamp, it has no etchings on it. But it does smell quite old. So whether it could have been a pencil case or something. But I've bought it for my incense sticks, hopefully they will fit. But again, I liked the carvings, and I do feel like it's quite a old product. But as I do say, sometimes you don't know, because they do create boxes and little trinket things like this, don't they? But it does definitely... I know some of you might not like me giving them a sniff, but sometimes it's how you can tell age. Anyway, I'm going to polish it up, and then I'm going to hopefully pop my incense sticks in. Look at that pattern. £2, bargain. This would be good if you wanted to give somebody some incense sticks for Christmas. You can, instead of putting them in package, you can put them in there. Anyway, as I say, I am on with buying bits for Christmas, and I have bought a couple of little bits to put away for either Christmas or birthdays, not sure, but I'm definitely on it this year. So hopefully we're going to have lots of videos like this coming up, because I do, where possible, want to get pre-loved stuff because it brings me a lot of joy. And in this world, sometimes that's what we need, in it. And it is also a bit of a dopamine fix, can't lie. Right, I'm going to bob off. It's New Year's Eve when I'm filming. Going to a party tonight, not at my house. It's the first party I've been to this year that's not been in my house. So it does feel really good that I can just do a little bit of cooking, then buzz off to somebody's house, come away when I want to, and not have to do any cleaning up. So my plan, the minute, I don't know whether it's going to turn out like it, I'm going to do, got this from the food waste place. It's not ideal. I wanted a bigger one and crustier one, but when you're dealing with food waste, you cannot be fussy, can you? I'm going to score it into chunks. Then I'm going to pour some melted butter and herbs in it, pop it in the oven to crisp up and warm up. Then I'm going to slice some brie, put some cranberry sauce in, and then again pop it in the oven so it all melts in. That's one of the dishes I'm doing. And then I got some eggs from the food waste, our local food waste place. It's called Food Works in Sheffield, and you get 4 items for £1. So we also got some eggs. I'm going to do deviled eggs with those. Then I did buy some oranges because I saw a recipe for an orange cake, but I'm unsure as to whether I'm going to do the cake, because Aldi were selling some things off very cheap, so I picked up a couple of bits in Aldi. And then Heron Foods, they'd got the bags of animal biscuits for 69p. So I got 18 individual packets, so 6 in a bag to take for the kids. So maybe I might feel that, oh, and I'm going to do some potato salad. So maybe I feel like I don't need to do a cake because I'm doing all that, but we'll see. And then if we do come home before midnight, which I would like to do, I fancy watching a film. But if I don't watch a film tonight, I'm definitely going to watch a film and have a glass of wine tomorrow. I am actually still in the festive mood to say that by the 22nd of December I will well and truly out of it. Now we're on the 31st of December and I am loving it. Right, you take care. Again, I hope you have had a good December, and all the best for 2025. I will catch you soon. Bye.